Free from desire, you realize the mystery. Caught in the desire, you see only the manifestations. If you close your mind in judgments and traffic with desires, your heart will be troubled. If you keep your mind from judging and aren't led by the senses, your heart will find peace. There is no calamity greater than lavish desires. There is no greater guilt than discontent, and there is no greater disaster than greed. All men desire to free themselves solely from death. They do not know how to free themselves from life. Manifest plainness, embrace simplicity, reduce selfishness, have few desires. To understand the limitation of things, desire them. If one desires to receive, one must first give. This is called profound understanding. It is eternally without desire, so it can be called small. All things return to it, although it does not make itself their ruler, so it can be called great. Lessen selfishness and restrain desires. Without desire there is stillness, and the world settles by itself. I have no desire to desire, and people become like the uncarved wood by themselves. The sage desires no desire, does not value rare treasures, learns without learning, and recovers what people have left behind. The true person benefits yet expects no reward, does the work and moves on. There is no desire to be considered better than others. There is no greater offense than harboring desires. There is no greater disaster than discontent. There is no greater misfortune than wanting more. The true person governs by emptying the heart of desire and filling the belly with food, weakening ambitions, and strengthening bones. I let go of all desire for the common good, and the good becomes as common as the grass. The Master's power is like this. He lets all things come and go effortlessly without desire. He never expects results. Thus he is never disappointed. He is never disappointed. Thus his spirit never grows old. Through return to simple living comes control of desires. In control of desires, stillness is attained. In stillness, the world is restored. Freedom from desire leads to inner peace. There is no greater sin than desire, no greater curse than discontent, no greater misfortune than wanting something for oneself. Therefore, he who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Who is unhappy with little won't be with much. Who doesn't appreciate the small won't be able to take care of the large. Who doesn't have enough with enough is at the margin or virtue. For the physical body lives from one day to another, and if it gets what it really needs, there will be time for meditation. As long as if we try to give it everything it desires, endless will be the task. The cords of passion and desire weave a binding net around you. Worldly confrontation makes you stiff and inflexible. The trap of duality is tenacious, bound, rigid, and trapped. You cannot experience liberation. The Tao never does anything, yet through it all things are done. If powerful men and women could venture themselves in it, the whole world would be transformed by itself in its natural rhythms. People would be content with their simple, everyday lives in harmony and free of desire. When there is no desire, all things are at peace. Always without desire we must be found. If its deep mystery we would sound, but if desire always within us be, its outer fringe is all that we shall see. To be constantly without desire is the way to have a vision of the mystery of heaven and earth. For constantly to have desire is the means by which their limitations are seen. We desire to understand the world by giving names to the things we see, but these things are only the effects of something subtle.